And hello once again. This here is the ancient spirit Tralaka bringing to you today on video 67 here in spirit. I will explain the computer and machines used by the controllers to keep certain ones under control as explained by me. Okay, so, greetings and hello. Each spirit, understand here, that is installed in one way or another within a shell form of one form of a being or species of another, truly under the guidelines of the universal law, deserves to live a free life or a life or of lives, whose grand designers of your path or pathways is you. For you are one in a world of choice, this world of having a choice of who you can be within that shell and your surrounding circumstances, and the freedom also under the universal laws of free will to orchestrate each moment that you decide to do, all while under the umbrella of the greater universal laws. Okay? However, there is those among you whom have lost that right of those rights, of those abilities, or that right to dream at night, or the right to journey amongst the stars in the living multidimensional universe, to in which I will speak to you today. Okay? There is 3 sets of brackets, which for some of you who are of good and honest inner spirit, good, feel you are trapped on this planet, and yet you continue to have a good and just life of true honesty and peace. The first and the third bracket I am talking about is 20 boxes in each. So in other words, the first and the third brackets have 20 boxes each, and each box fits one number. These numbers, which may have some number forms you will be familiar with, though remember the beings these controllers are not Earth human form or descendants or prior relatives. So some of the numbers may be foreign to you. The middle bracket has 20 boxes also, though these are of mostly symbols, though some letters, some of which may not be familiar because they have not been used on Earth yet. Although my impression on this, from what I could see, is that certain very secret and long-time cults may have these letters or some of the symbols used and upon their rituals, although I do feel they do not know the other uses for those symbols and or foreign letterings. Let me continue. Unlike the first and the third brackets, which each have one number in one box, the second bracket, with the symbols and the lettering, does have a few, as of 3, different spaces between those letterings and symbols. So the actual numbers of letterings and symbols needed for the second bracket is 17 in the right sequence, just like the first and the third brackets also need numbers that are in the right sequence of the numbers. Some may not be known style of lettering, though some of the very research spirit humans may have some education and have came across them in very ancient research as to paying very close attention to the incremental styling of the manners of the early writers of numbers was done or explained. The 3 brackets of boxes are connected to a times-old computer. Though times old would still be far advanced for the normal computers that we have today. Okay, the computer is connected to a machine that is connected to another machine, which upon broadcast sets of variable frequencies around the planet Earth in a fifth, almost a sixth dimensional field. This then affects those who the controllers still feel they can control. Though here in this video, I am explaining them from a few sets of views I had in my journey last night. Let me clarify. While on one of my journeys, I met up with a rather interesting spirit being of whom I had known quite well in past, present, or of future time frame. We spent some time talking about things going on, and as things got going and really good into the conversation, my friend started to explain the technology used ancient times ago on some other planets and also of Earth. Then I told him that the Earth spirit beings were still being controlled by what seems to be that technology. This, he showed me some pictures of parts of the known technology used on other planets. Together, we figured it would still be the same technology. He then gave me as much as he understood about the machinery. He said, please explain this to the masses of spirit humans, that it gets uploaded into the mass consciousness around your planet. So the right sequences of numbers, then also of symbols and letters, can be figured out by the mass consciousness, with the spirit beings working along with it as they are part of each other, and then be able to shut the controllers, computers, and machineries connected to them down. Also, my friend said, was very important to do this manner because of how the controllers, computer, and machineries were designed long ago. They can be shut off from the tail end of the machinery encodings as easy as from the controls itself. However, by shutting it off from the tail end in this manner of the machinery, this will lock the system down. A weakness in the technology, my friend explained. We talked about the universal law in concept in reference to what had and was happening yet on planet Earth, in which, as the conversation went on, my friend explained on the mysteriousness of the living multi-dimensional universe would be coming in here as application, as other higher dimensional species of certain beings would be guided to do certain things off to the side that many spirit humans on Earth will not see. Yet, as this time in the 21st century goes on, they will see the better sides of events, as long as those other chosen beings of certain species are successful in doing their tasks they have been given before them. A few moments later, we got up from where we were seated, shook hands, and then bowed to each other. As I came back then from that time and awakened in my physical body. As usual, when I woke up, I grabbed a pad of paper and a pen and I started writing down. I like to urge all of you to listen to this video very carefully over and over again and put that mindset in your mind and project it into the mass consciousness that some of these very strange symbols and letterings, as well as the sequence of the numbers, can be figured out. And you're going to ask, well, how will we know when it works, when we get it clicked just right? My response to that is, you will know, because when that does happen, it's going to prevent other things from occurring. You will be able to see clearly, and things will come before you in a more orderly fashion as things get restructured. This here is the Ancient Spirit, Tralaka. As always, journey safely, travel safely, broaden your minds, expand into the infinite knowledges of the universe. to use in your enhanced life and lifestyle. Good night.